Hey everyone, it's Kaylee. Today I wanted to talk you through how to kind of streamline your data collection and your monitoring of your students. So we're going to be using two different tech tools. The first one is Google Forms, and the second one is something called Wakelet. If you've never heard of those, please don't let that scare you off. They're both really easy, and you know that I'll always be there with you if you ever wanted to try this and you're a little hesitant with getting started. So you can see on my screen, I did two Google Forms for this sample student. This is all totally made up. And I focused these two forms on one each for each of the students' two goals. So this sample student, I just gave them two behavior goals. So I used their initials and I said, this is their goal number one. They are going to create their classroom work with no more than 2 adult prompts. So then I went through the form. I made my questions required so that they can't accidentally be skipped while the teacher is completing the form. I wanted them to tell me what subject they were currently in while taking this data. Answer the yes or no. Did they do their goal? Did they meet the objective that they've been given for this goal? And then how many prompts did they have to be given? So here I just left this a short answer so that the teacher can just literally sit on her phone or her tablet while she's teaching and just hit a number one every time they had to give a prompt to track this goal. So that's the student's goal number one. I also did another form here. This is their goal two. So the student will remain on task during instruction with no more than 3 adult prompts. So it's got the same kind of layout. The questions are required so they can't be skipped. Yes or no, did they meet their goals so that we can see that data really quickly? How many prompts were they given? Of course, not all of your student goals are going to be behavior related. Not all of them are going to be based on the number of prompts. Those are just the two examples that I gave here. We can work together to get this Google form set up for whatever goal your student is currently tracking, whether it's behavior or academic or just something in the classroom that you'd like to see some data on. So don't let that trip you up at all. So once you got your Google Forms created, this student we just said had 2 basic goals. Then you can put those into something called a Wakelet. And a Wakelet is just kind of for collecting information all in one place. So here you can see a sample Wakelet that I created. So on this one, this is what it looks like if I were editing the Wakelet. So I gave it the name. I used the student's initials again. I said, this is his data collection page. And then I inserted both of those Google Forms. So I did a form for his goal number one and for his goal number two. So then we can see what this looks like if we were going to share it out. So what I need to do is we're going to go here and save our Wakelet page. And then it'll change the view of it just a little bit, and I'll get this button down here at the bottom for sharing the Wakelet page. So I can click share, and then I can send out this link to any teachers that have this specific student so they can all access this Wakelet all at the same time. I could even give them a QR code so they can just scan it real quick with their phone if they're just using their phone or like a tablet or an iPad to track the student's data. But once I get this, I can copy that and show you what it will look like if someone were coming into this Wakelet to fill it out. So here's what they're going to see once they get this Wakelet code put in. It's just going to have this student's name, and then they'll just be able to click directly on those two Google Forms and be able to enter the data just like they would on any other Google form. So the teacher can just click on goal number one. It'll take them to the Google form where that they can fill it out. Notice that I've got this to set up to automatically collect the email address. So if you've got a couple of different teachers monitoring one student at a time, then you'll know exactly who's inputting that data. I can teach you how to set all that up if you're not familiar with that process. It's super simple. And then they would just click through. All right, we were in calendar time. Yes, they met their goal. I only had to give 1 prompt this time. They can submit it. It'll pop up. It'll say, okay, you can submit another form so that when they go on to the next part of their day, then they can complete the form again. So it will accept more than 1 response. When they're finished there, they can go and monitor the student on goal number 2. So this is one way to set it up where each student is individual, or you could also do it where this would be like Miss Urban's data collection, and I could have student A, student B, student C, student D all on one page together if this were just for me. That way I could just click through the students individually without having to go to different Wakelet pages. So we can make it really work for however you've got your data collection set up, whatever your purposes are, that would make it the easiest for you and the teachers that are using your forms. So I hope this is is helpful, if it's something that you'd like to give a try, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to see this in action and kind of see how it goes from there. So just let me know if you're interested, and I'd be glad to work something out with you. Bye, guys.